Today, we're going to talk about the year that Jeremy ruined Christmas.
Okay, so here's the thing though. So I ruined Christmas kind of that one year. I want to talk about some controversial, spicy hot takes around Christmas and the holidays. You ready for this?
I don't know if I'm ready for this. You tell me. We're excited to jump into today's episode, but before we do that, we want to tell you about Storyworth.
Yeah, today's episode is all about Christmas. We're going to be answering some of the most controversial questions about Christmas. It's a ton of fun, but we wanted to let you know about an incredible gift, especially for you last-minute gift shoppers, to get for your loved ones. Storyworth helps you capture memories with your loved ones to enjoy for years to come.
This is one of those gifts that is an heirloom. It can be passed down from generation to generation.
So what Storyworth does is it will email your loved one a question that you pick. Your loved one has the option of writing an email back or calling a number, and they will actually transcribe their answer and then put it at the end of a year into a beautifully bound book for you to have forever. It's wonderful. Give your loved ones a keepsake that you'll all cherish for years this holiday season. Storyworth Memoirs. Right now, save $10 or more during their holiday sale when you go to storyworth.com/ginger. That's storyworth.com/ginger to save $10 or more on your order.
Now let's jump into today's episode.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Jinger and Jeremy Podcast.
Yeah, today we're going to talk about the year that Jeremy ruined Christmas.
Okay, well, I didn't completely ruin Christmas. It was technically Christmas Eve.
Close enough.
And I near about derailed the entire holiday.
Let's get into it.
So,
what did you do?
This was before I met you. Before your sanctifying presence was in my life to help me out. I was in college. And I think it was the first year that our family was celebrating Christmas where my brother, I think, wasn't living at home. Or he had just moved up to Boston. He had started working for Harvard, right? And so he's wicked smart up in Boston. And he was coming down. It was a blizzard. And he was driving like 8 hours down. And Christmas Eve for us as a family was really special. That's when the siblings would give each other our gifts. And then the next day, our parents would give all the gifts and we'd give everybody gifts. But we'd give mom and dad our gifts that we got as siblings and then each other. And so we're waiting for Chuck to drive down. And my mom is already emotional because it's just a different season of life, right? She's worried about my brother because it's a blizzard and he's driving 8 hours. And so she's a little frazzled emotionally. Hadn't seen him in a long time. And so there's all this anticipation. So I had just come back from college. I was on college break. And
You weren't in your best season of life.
No, wasn't in my best season of discernment.
Yep.
I was a sophomore, so maybe a wise fool, around then. And I had just watched a movie. And I thought, this movie is great. And we should watch it as a family. So I tell my mom and dad and my sister, guys, why don't we watch a movie while we're waiting for Chuck? He's going to be here in a couple hours. It'll keep, get mom's mind off of it.
Oh my goodness.
So they're like, great, let's do it. So we put on Mr. Brooks, which if you don't know Mr. Brooks, it is about the man of the year. Actually, let me see who the actor is. Really famous actor, Mr. Brooks. Kevin Costner. Yeah, Kevin Costner. So he's Mr. Brooks. He's like Time Magazine Man of the Year, Fortune 500 CEO or something like that. But secretly, he's a serial killer. And so the movie is so dark.
You thought that would be a good movie for Christmas Eve.
It is so twisted.
You're supposed to watch, even if something's kind of there can be a tiny bit of suspense. I mean, a fun Home Alone, kids movie basically is the level of entertainment
it's
you need.
Christmas
At
Eve.
Christmas. You need a Hallmark movie.
Yeah. And this movie opens up. First, maybe 3 minutes. We're like, okay. And then the first murder scene. And
no,
Ginger,
Jeremy.
It is graphic and gruesome. And I remember sitting there looking at the TV going, oh, I don't remember that part. In my head. You know that feeling?
Because your parents are sitting there and you're just thinking, my mom does not want to be watching this.
And we're watching, and like, my dad looks over at me, what are we watching? And I'm like, I don't remember.
And now they're wanting to watch it to see what were you watching. That's terrible.
No, they're just like, my mom's like, Jeremy, why are we watching a serial killer like slitting throats? Like, this is horrible. And I'm like, well, no, wait, it gets better. You know, it doesn't get better.
Oh my
Mr. Brooks does not get better.
That's terrible.
The movie ends with like his daughter killing him or something. Sorry for the spoiler, but it came out like 15 years ago.
That sounds like, I don't even want our podcast people to have to listen to this.
Don't go watch it. It's a holiday season.
Was your mom in a puddle of tears?
So my mom starts crying, and then my brother walks in. So at some point in this whole thing, I think they were probably like, Jeremy, what is wrong with you? And I'm just like, yeah, I'm an idiot. So my mom's all emotional. Eventually my brother walks in. My mom starts crying, runs up, gives him a hug. And my brother's just looking around like,
what did I walk into?
Like, what happened? And I'm just like, my bad, bro. Like, I just completely killed the vibe.
That's terrible. They wait all year for that.
And it was like that special night. You should be having eggnog, laughing around the fire.
Oh, my word,
Not
Jeremy.
watching Mr. Brooks.
That's terrible. Like, I mean, you couldn't have gotten any worse. That's so bad. Did you exchange gifts or were you done? You're like, let's wait till the next day. Let's wait actually 3 days. We need to clear our palate.
Ginge, I do not remember.
I hope that they like turned on something like chill, you know? That's insane.
Do you ever have those moments where you're just like, you're in the moment, very aware that you've screwed up the moment?
You don't know how to get out.
You don't know how to get out. You are also aware, like, one day we'll laugh about this.
Oh, my goodness.
But that day is not today. You know what I mean? Have you ever felt that?
Oh, yeah, for sure. And your mom, like, pulls out her violin, plays a song just to decompress. I mean,
I don't know what she did. I do honestly think it was like, okay, we need to take a beat here.
Oh, my God.
Like, and part of it was, they didn't just go, Jeremy, you idiot. I think most nights, like most family, they would have been like, Jeremy, you idiot. Like, we're not watching
the stress of the situation.
But the whole stress, blizzard outside, first Christmas, my brother's coming in from Boston. She's worried about it. It was just like, it was the perfect storm.
That's terrible.
Yeah. And I do remember sitting there very consciously thinking like, yeah, I didn't think this through.
Oh my goodness. Well, hey, on a positive note, there was one time I remember that you made my Christmas season. So this was it last year already or the year before? Because my memory is so bad sometimes. But I do remember I was feeling really homesick. I was missing my family. It was close to my birthday.
Last year.
And I was like, okay, I really wish that we could have visited my family around the holidays. And we had some time off. You had time off from work. And I was like, why didn't we just plan something around Christmas to go visit my family? So you bought expensive tickets last minute and said, we're going in like 2 days. And it was over my birthday. My birthday is 4 days before Christmas. And so you wanted me not to be sad around my birthday and Christmas. And so you literally were like, pack up, we're going to Arkansas for a week. And it was the best surprise. So you totally made my Christmas that time. I mean, you do every Christmas, but.
And we didn't actually stay for Christmas that time,
no,
right?
We didn't. We came
because
back
I think
before.
My parents were coming into town.
Yeah. And your family was coming. So we just.
Well, again, that was one where, because of your influence in my life, I've grown a little bit of discernment muscle. And so we don't always plan the best.
Yeah.
And so it'll get to like December 15th and us going, what are we doing for Christmas or something? And so I just realized you were having a really tough season and very homesick, feeling it. And you would have never been like, Jeremy, we need to drop the money and like get these tickets or whatever. So I just remember thinking kind of opposite of the day I ruined Christmas with my family. Like, oh, what should I do here that we'll look back on and be grateful for? And so I had called James and said, James, could we get some of the family to fly out here? And James, of course, being James, was like, dude, yeah, I'll go right now. But then we realized, I was like, well, how many people can I get to fly out for the week? And then I realized, like, wait, why are we putting the burden on all of them to drop their life and come out? Why don't we just drop ours and go out there? And so that turned out really sweet.
It was perfect. It was the most like memorable time.
Yeah, it was fun.
We did Topgolf with the family for my birthday. Almost all my siblings were there. It was so special. It was just like, it was perfect. And I could not believe that all that happened within 2 days. I mean, we did drop a lot of money. Like we're going to Disney, maybe not that much. But
well, last minute tickets are
it's
expensive.
A lot when it's over the holidays. Traveling around the holidays is always ridiculous. Expensive no matter when you buy the ticket. But it was one of those things where, I mean, it just meant the world.
Yeah.
We want to take a moment to tell you about Brooklyn Betty. Okay, I literally was climbing into bed last night after staying up late watching a Christmas movie with my mom friends. And I got in bed and I was like, oh my goodness, this is the most comfortable bed ever. And for years, I did not feel that way about my bed.
You've complained about our beds since we've been married.
Yes.
Because it's too soft, it's too firm.
Yep.
It's too small, it's too big. Until Brooklyn Bedding.
Yes.
Genuinely, we love their beds. Mm-hmm. My parents have gotten a bed from them, so many others. It's so comfortable. And let's be honest, the holiday season is about snuggling in bed, watching a Christmas movie, staying in bed, not having to wake up early. You want that thing to be comfortable.
It is definitely the most comfortable bed, and you guys need to get one as well.
So go to brooklynbedding.com, use our promo code JJ at checkout to get 30% off site-wide. I don't know why you're not doing this right now. This offer is not available anywhere else. So go to brooklynbedding.com, promo code JJ for 30% off. Support our show. Let them know that we are the guys who sent you there.
That would make a great Christmas gift. We want to take a break from this episode to tell you about Function Health.
Okay, so I've got a personal trainer, and he said he would not give me a training plan until I get my blood work done and get everything tested, because it's more important to know what's going on inside your body than just what you appear to have, your vitality, energy. You've got to know how healthy you genuinely are. Function Health gives you access. And let me just tell you, in this episode, we're talking about, has consumerism destroyed Christmas? If you think so, well then give health, not stuff. Give your loved ones a gift of understanding if they're truly healthy and getting on a path to being more healthy by giving them Function Health.
You can test for over 160 plus biomarkers, see what's happening inside your body.
So own your health for just $365 a year. They just dropped the price, $1 a day. Learn more and join using our link. Visit functionhealth.com/ginger or use code GINGER25 for a $25 credit towards your membership.
Now back to the episode.
Okay, so here's the thing though. So I ruined Christmas kind of that one year. I want to talk about some controversial, spicy hot takes around Christmas and the holidays that I think our listeners are asking maybe themselves. Some of these questions, these are good questions, Ginge. And I've got some questions that I think will get us right into the heart of the controversy around Christmas.
I haven't heard these, so I'm actually very excited to jump in.
You ready for this?
I don't know if I'm ready for this. You tell me.
Should adults exchange gifts? Or is Christmas just for the kids?
I think that adults can exchange gifts. They don't have to. Mm-hmm. Like my parents would get us kids gifts, and then I remember they would maybe get each other something little. Like my dad would get something very practical because that's what he wanted. He was like, just get me a new razor, Michelle. He'd always ask her for a new razor. So she'd always get him a new razor, one of those like tri-blade razors. I just remember it. It was electric, like Philips or something. So funny. So yeah, that was what he'd get, or a pack of new t-shirts. He's so happy. He just likes the practical gifts.
The gifts do get simpler as you get older.
So that's part of it, right? So I think that we didn't have like, I don't know, extravagant Christmas for so many years. Now, the older we got, we would exchange names. Like all the guys buy for each other, all the girls buy for each other of the older kids. And my parents would be thrown into that, maybe grandma and grandpa or whatever. But then from there, it's like the kids are buying each other things of the cousins. And it's kind of fun because then there's something to look forward to for everyone. So in my family, I thought it was great. So should they? I don't know if you should, but I also think that part of the magic of Christmas is when you're really young.
Yeah.
But also everybody likes getting a gift.
Yeah,
everybody likes a good surprise.
That's true. So I was talking to my mom, and obviously grandma and grandpa are going to make a big deal for the kids.
Yeah.
Give them gifts. But then she just said offhanded, like, we don't need to get each other gifts this year, right? Like as adults in the family. And I was immediately like, yeah, no, totally. But then you think about it and you go, like, I got a little bit of that consumerism Christmas consumerism in me where I'm like, I do enjoy waking up and getting a gift.
Yeah.
And like being surprised by something.
Yes.
Even if it's like, I love these socks.
Yeah.
Because that's a stage of life I'm in. I admit it.
But you know what I think is also cool? So I would lead even more towards this. So I would like a small gift. I definitely do want something. If I have nothing on Christmas, I'm going to be a little sad. You're going to be a little sad. We like gifts.
Yeah.
So I think that having a gift, it depends on the person, is great. But like Christmas morning, open something. Yes, that's great. But then also what we've done, even with your family, I remember one year, our big gift was going skiing.
So it was like an activity.
That was an activity. Do you remember that? And that was so much fun.
Okay. I saw this on a reel or something recently.
Oh, yes. It's going around.
Yeah. Your kids aren't going to remember the toys. They're going to remember the memories. So like invest in memories as
Trips, gifts.
Yet at the same time, I wouldn't like take away that moment of being running down to the tree, opening a gift.
Yeah.
Because, you don't remember the gift, but you do. That itself is a memory.
That's exactly right.
Right?
I like it.
So I think like this year, I want to get Felicity, surprise her with ballet lessons. So, it's not going to be something in the moment, but it'll be, hey, we signed you up for the next 5 months to take ballet every week.
She's going to love that.
I think she's old enough to like have delayed gratification.
Yeah, for sure. And then maybe get her like other little things. Like, I think part of it is too, it's not about the amount you spend, like this massive gift. Like a lot of the years it was something small. I remember from my childhood, the year that my parents got us a Rubbermaid container, and it was like a shoebox size, and it was like full of candy and snacks. And on top, I remember had it like a toothbrush and toothpaste. And it was our Christmas gift. And that was in Little Rock. I must have been 6 years old. And I still remember that. And that's pretty impressive for me because I don't remember a lot of things from my childhood. You claim
to not remember a lot of things, but you do have a
It like these little memories come back here and there. And I'm like, I better grab onto that one while I remember it. But I think I had that container for years. And that's probably why I remember. Wow. I would eat my candy slowly. And that was a memory. I was like, because we tried not to do a lot of extra sugar. Yeah. And so that was like a really special thing that I got a container full of candy. And then like, I remember little gifts throughout the year that my parents would get us. It was like, if we went on a road trip, they would get us a Cracker Barrel. It was like a Jawbreaker, one of the huge ones. And we would just lick on that thing the entire drive. It was like, your tongue would be raw because it was like so special.
Like sour, raw, but you still.
Yeah, it was so great. And we that was a memory, something that we did a couple times on road trips.
Has consumerism in America ruined Christmas? Like the spirit of Christmas?
I mean, it sometimes can. And this is why. Because if we are able to, at the click of a button, order something, sometimes I feel like you lose the deep thought that you put into it. So maybe back in the day, it's like you're going to the store, you're making something. We made a lot of our gifts, and I think that was special. I remember my mom making me a panda dress, and I still have it. And I want, my kids to wear it because I'm like, that's so special. She would get the fabric, make gifts for us. We had like a pillowcase, things that were like homemade. Yeah. There's something special about that. And actually, I have a sewing machine. I should make the kids gifts this year. That would be really fun. I should.
So you're saying like we need to get back to the heart of gift giving.
Yeah. And I think part of that is because you can get something really cheap that lasts for 2 minutes and it breaks. And things are just cheaply made. It's easy to just do. It's like, oh no, I didn't get a gift. Here's something. And I think that part of it is the thought that goes into it. So for me, the gifts that you've given me have been thoughtful. They've been like so sweet. I was looking through my keepsake box like for 5 minutes the other day, literally 5-minute window. And I opened it up and I was like getting emotional over it. It's like you have handwritten notes, even in my Bible that I use every day. It's like it's cheap ESV Bible. It is cheap, but it's really sweet because in the front cover, you wrote a really sweet note to me. And I was looking at that. That was when we were engaged and I didn't have an ESV Bible. So you bought it for me. And I was
King James
like,
only, baby.
Yeah. But then like the little things that you would get, you got me a tiny coffee necklace and it's since, like rusted. It was like probably cost $10. But things like that. See, I'm always emotional. I got to get over it. But It's like, I like sentimental things. You write me long notes. I have letters like that I've saved. And those things mean the most to me.
Yeah.
It's not about like getting, this gift. Yeah, in the moment I'm excited. But I think that the care and the thought that you put into something matters more. We want to take a break from this episode to tell you about Cozy Earth.
You guys know we love Cozy Earth. And let me just tell you, Cozy Earth loves you. They are in a giving spirit. They're going to give away 3 gift cards to 3 of our listeners. So here's what we need you to do. Comment below, whether you're on Apple, Spotify, or YouTube, I love Cozy Earth. And we will pick randomly 3 of you to receive a Cozy Earth gift card.
And what you can buy with that gift card, we've told you about Cozy Earth. You know all about it. You can get a bubble cuddle blanket. You can get pajamas. You can get a sheet set for the ones that you love or for yourself. A little selfish at this time of year. But I'm telling you, you're going to love it. You're not going to regret it. So comment below to enter.
Okay, and for those of you who don't win the gift card, don't worry. You can go to CozyEarth.com, get up to 20% off using our code Jinger. So head to CozyEarth.com, use our code Jinger. And if you get a post-purchase survey, tell them that the Jinger Jeremy Podcast sent you. Gosh, we are just giving you guys the greatest ideas for gifts. Because if you, again, want to get a gift that's not just stuff laying around the house, get your loved one Nutrafol. Nutrafol is the #1 dermatologist-recommended hair growth supplement brand trusted by over 1.5 million people. You'll see thicker, stronger, faster-growing hair with less shedding in just 3 to 6 months. This is the gift that keeps on giving. Do you like that?
I like it.
That.
That's brilliant. And it is, because especially like postpartum, it can be really hard. Your hair is shedding and it's just tough. But give that mom in your life who just had a baby, give her the Nutrafol postpartum supplements and she's going to love it.
Give the gift of confidence this holiday season with Nutrafol, whether you're treating yourself or someone on your list. Right now, Nutrafol is offering our listeners $10 off your first month subscription, plus free shipping when you go to Nutrafol.com. That's Nutrafol.com. Use promo code JNJ. That's JANDJ. That's Nutrafol.com, promo code JNJ for $10 off.
Now back to the episode. So like one year I got my mom a locket because I was thinking, man, she had, her dad was so incredible, so sweet. We love Grandpa Ruark. And so I thought her mom passed before I got to meet her. So I got her a locket it was like a tiny, dainty locket that had like her parents' pictures in it. And so things like that where it's like, it has meaning. Yeah, you can buy it, but there's something about having a connection there that's deeper than just like a quick fix on a gift.
Yeah. Wow, that's special.
Also, one of our friends gave the kiddos handmade quilts. And it's so special because now they'll have those from our dearest friend who's more like family. Yeah. And they'll know Aunt Barb made that for me. Yeah. And it's just, there's something sentimental and deep. And maybe we're both sentimental. Like
we are very sentimental.
I don't want to be a pack rat, but when it comes to things that like really matter like that, it's harder for me to get rid of something if it's handmade and it has that meaning. So I'll put it in a keepsake box. I have like a baby blanket with my name embroidered on it and it's really sweet. So things like that,
Speaking of sentimental, do you have to celebrate Christmas on Christmas Day? Because
oh my goodness.
The other day we were talking to my family trying to arrange flights to come out. And my family's kind of like, oh, well, we'll celebrate the next day. Like, let's organize whatever's most convenient. But you and I think are on the same page of like, no, but Christmas morning is Christmas morning.
Yeah.
Like it has to be the 25th.
Yeah. We are both deeply convinced that Christmas Day needs to be Christmas. And it's, it's one of those things. I think I get a little sad if we're having thought where, oh no, it's going to be a day later or 2 days later. That just doesn't work for me.
Because the whole world pauses collectively.
The
maybe
stores,
not the whole world, but
a lot of stores are supposed to be closed.
Yes.
It's like, it's supposed to have that magic of like the day.
Yeah.
And so part of it is like with kids, our kids at least, they don't keep track of the calendar. Felicity a little bit more these days, but they're not like, oh, what day is it exactly? But now Felicity's asking more. But back in the day, it's like we could have tricked her into like, oh yeah, 2 days later, now it's Christmas. We're going to celebrate.
Yeah, but she's at an age where we've got the count. I mean, you've had the countdowns since November around the house.
Yeah, she wants to know, and she'll ask Siri what day it is.
Oh, every night before bed.
How many days till Christmas? Yeah. So it's really sweet. And I think that you can celebrate other things on other days. Like if it's our birthdays actually, I'm kind of the same way. Christmas, birthdays, but then our anniversary or something, for instance, we'll be like, okay, we need to get a babysitter.
Right.
And we're going to have to find a day that works between your work schedule and whatever we're doing. We'll be like, okay, we're going to celebrate our anniversary on this day. So we'll go out to dinner or, you know, go do an activity, and that's fine. But Christmas, Thanksgiving, you got to celebrate it on the day.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, here's a controversial question, Ginge, and I think this is really going to blow this thing cold open here. Is eggnog actually good, or is it like fruitcake?
No.
You know what I mean? Like, do people really like eggnog?
I mean, some people hate it. Some people love it. It's that way with anything. I think broccoli and asparagus are great. Sure. I think Brussels sprouts are great. Mm-hmm. Some people hate it. Fruitcake is mushy, isn't it? I think I went to a place once with my family and they were like known for their fruitcake. So
what a thing to be known for.
Oh, it was in Arkansas.
Can we just plead with our listeners, like if you are the aunt who brings fruitcake to the gathering every year, can you comment on this podcast and let us know the thought process?
Tell us what's appealing about it.
Or is it like, it's going to be kind of universally rejected, but somebody's got to bring it because of tradition?
It's probably one of those traditions, but honestly, eggnog, you are the one. You need to speak to this because I don't remember ever having eggnog before meeting you.
What?
So then I don't think I ever had it.
Seriously?
I was thinking raw eggs. It's raw eggs. It's going to make me sick. I was also like that about sushi. I'm very careful about food poisoning. You know it.
Very careful.
But you are like,
I love eggnog.
You get so excited. You're like, okay, when you go to the store, can you make sure that there's eggnog? Check and make sure you get eggnog and see if it's out yet. Yeah. Like you are so all about that. Like people are about their pumpkin spice season. You're like that about your eggnog.
Yeah, big time. And
you will drink it as long as you can before Christmas comes and even after. Yeah. Like if it's in the stores, you're going to be drinking it.
Yeah. Now, I'm not a psychopath, so I never drink it in July.
No.
Like
they don't even sell it in July.
No, which, by the way, is ridiculous. They act like these things are seasonal. Coffee beans are seasonal.
That's actually funny.
And yet we drink coffee all year. We can have access to, and we could have pumpkin spice in March.
Eggnog is a recipe. You can make it any time of year, but you're only supposed to have it.
There is like a atmosphere to it. And so I'm a big eggnog supporter, but I do know there's some people who are anti-eggnog. And I'm shocked that you had not heard of it.
No, I had heard of it. It was in all the Christmas songs.
But you'd never had it.
I don't ever remember having it before we were married. I think the first time was probably like at the Christmas celebration with your family. That was probably the first time I ever tasted it. And I like it now.
Interesting.
Yeah. It's like 1,000 calories for like half a cup, but it's really good.
Yeah, that is, I do think about that. But then I also think it's Christmas time.
Yeah.
So that's another reality. Do you think collectively, is this kind of like a known where we just throw out our like health consciousness and go, it's Christmas. So of course I'm going to have more cookies. Of course I'm going to drink eggnog. I'm going to eat things that I shouldn't eat later than I should eat them.
I saw a reel, though. It is known that that's kind of what people say. Like, I'm going to throw everything out for Christmas. But I don't always do that. I really don't. I kind of trying to stay to my healthy thing. And the only reason is because I know I'm going to feel terrible if I don't. Like, I might have blood sugar. Like, it's going to crash. I'm going to feel like garbage.
So it depends on your age, too, because that's when you get older, you start... Things that you eat start affecting you.
Yeah. And I want to be able to like fit into my clothes after the holidays. So I'm like, let's have it in moderation. But yes, we do. We definitely allow more sugary things around in our house. Yeah. Or at Christmas, I'm going to eat that piece of pumpkin pie. I'm going to eat it every day. Yeah. Because it's so good. And I'm not going to feel bad about that. So yeah, I think that it's kind of known. But also like I was thinking... I saw a reel, as we keep saying, we see reels telling us what's happening. But it was just talking about the reason we get sick. And I'm like, is it the cold weather? Or is it our sugar intake? Is it what we're eating around the holidays? So much sugar and junk. And then we're like, oh, we feel so bad. But like in the summer, I eat so much fresh stuff and I serve us fresh stuff. We're eating fresh, salads, all of that. In winter, we're wanting more carbs and things that are more like, I don't know, comfort food.
Yep.
And so it would make sense.
Yep. That sounds like a question for Dr. Beach Gym.
Mm-hmm. I think
Dr. Beach Gym is a listener of our podcast. And she has millions of followers on social media. And she provides insight for parents in their parenting that are really helpful.
It's another
As we've followed her along, that's good content. So Dr. Beach Gym, we need your input on this one. Is it the cold weather or is it the eggnog and the sugar intake that's making us sick?
What is it? I don't know.
Now, real quick, if you are listening with your children of a certain age, this question has to do with
the magic of Christmas.
The magic of St. Nicholas.
Yes.
I think we gave enough
good
warning.
Pause.
That's a good pause.
Warning.
That was like a 2-second pause. I like that. Is Santa real to our children?
We started out saying we're not going to just tell our kids that we're going to do the whole Santa thing. But then they started seeing Santa around and immediately they were like, Santa,
yes.
Santa. And they were just so enamored by it. So we didn't say, Santa's not real. We're not going to do that. We kind of just let them think whatever they think. But we weren't giving them gifts and saying, this is from Santa or doing the milk and cookies thing.
Yeah, we didn't come out the gate hardline like Santa's not real and he's stealing our parents, the thunder of the parents. But I think we've let Santa live in the same category as like Elsa.
Or like the tooth fairy.
Which was funny when Felicity found out. So she starts losing her teeth. Money's showing up under her pillow because we say put the tooth under the pillow. She's all excited. She hears about the tooth fairy. And she came
to us talking about the tooth fairy. It wasn't even one of those things where we're like, we're going to do the tooth fairy. We didn't even talk about it.
Yeah.
But she was like, if I put the money under my pillow, I think I might actually get something.
And I remember when I lost teeth, we had a great tradition. My dad would always make a drawing. He'd incorporate money into the drawing and then put it under the pillow. And Felicity picked up pretty quickly. She's like, Daddy, is Mommy the tooth fairy? I'm like, no, Mommy's not the tooth fairy. But then she's like, no. You know what she said? She said, Daddy,
I don't want you to be
I don't want you to be the tooth fairy. I don't want you to put the money under my pillow. I said, oh, baby, no problem. So I had you do it.
Yes.
And then she became wise after like tooth 2 or 3. She was like, Daddy's the tooth fairy. I was like, I'm the tooth fairy, baby. And she gave me the biggest hug. She was like super happy about that.
That you told her because she's smart. She's smart. Everything.
But she also was excited about me being the tooth fairy. So like we make that really special. But we've let Santa live in the category of like known fiction. But here's the problem. And you've been really wise about this. You said this the other day because we were going to go to lunch with friends who I think their kids do believe in Santa.
Yes.
Because Saint Nick's a real cat.
Yeah.
Now, he's not coming down chimneys. But you told Felicity, don't tell them that Santa's not real because we don't want to spoil that for them. Let their parents enjoy that with them. And so halfway through lunch, we're sitting there. I'm talking. And I hear, Dad. So I turn. And it's Felicity and the little girls like all intermixed at the end of the table. And she looks at me. And the other little girl's looking at me of her friend. And Felicity goes, Dad, is Santa real? And I turn to the rest of the table and look at our friend and go, I don't know what to do. Like, how do I answer this?
Because their kids were asking Felicity.
So their dad goes, yes, Saint Nick is real. And I go, yep, Saint Nick is a real person. She goes, yeah, but is Santa real? And I just went, hey, Felicity, we'll talk about this at home. And I gave her a wink. And she
picked it up.
Yeah, she picked it up.
Because we've had this conversation. It always happens, and I feel like every setting, school, church, kids will talk about it. And at some point, parents are like, oh no, did somebody tell my kid?
Right.
So we told Felicity, we said, you're not allowed to talk about that with other kids because she will say things about, the tooth fairy or whatever. So even after the tooth fairy thing, she said, oh yeah, I don't want to say that because my little friend James, he might not know.
Right.
And she thinks it's cute because she's like on the other side now. Like she wants them to have the magic of it. So I think she kind of does get that. And we don't want to ruin it for any other families who think that's a fun tradition.
What about reindeer? Are reindeer real?
Yes. Of course they're real.
I think some people think they are included in the mystical, magical Santa land. But reindeer are real.
They're real. They are, and yes and no. Like, they're real. They don't fly. Reindeer do not fly, though. That's where they are included in that. But they are definitely real. We've had one even in our little town. Lighting of the Christmas tree every year, they have reindeer.
Mm-hmm. So I've encountered reindeer in the wild.
Oh, yeah. Tell us about that.
So I lived in Finland for a year when I first out of college, played my first professional contract there.
I sometimes even forget that. It's wild.
Well, first of all, I've met Santa. So
he met real Santa.
I met real Santa. So you guys who are like, Santa's not real. I know we just talked about this, so it's a little contradictory.
Yep.
I did meet Santa. Rovaniemi, Finland. It's the third northernmost inhabited city by humans in the world. It's on the Arctic Circle. And it was about an hour and a half from where I was in Oulu. So I would drive up there. We played in Rovaniemi, but I took my parents up there. And driving up, in the middle of the road, would see a few lines of cars, and even once directly in front of us, a reindeer just in the middle of the road.
That's insane.
And it would move so lethargically, like so slow. And then it would look back at you kind of slow. It's like the sloth of deer sometimes. And we would just sit there and people would be honking and it would just sit there in the road.
You know why they're moving so slow?
Why?
Because it's like minus 20 degrees in Finland.
So I showed up to Finland. It was negative 33 degrees.
My word.
And so preseason in January is inside. I mean, it's like brutal. You would go outside, only your eyes would be showing because it's like freezing cold. I would go down to the restaurant, quarter mile down the street. In the winter, you get a taxi. You don't walk. It's like your eyes are showing. That's the only thing. You're bundled up.
How in the world would you find motivation to work out or anything? Like, I mean, when it's freezing, all I want to do is like...
So that's a real question. There's actually, and I wonder if this is like backed up. I wonder if anybody would have insight on this. Dr. Beachjam, I don't know. But there is like depression in areas where it's dark all day. You get a few hours of sunlight. It's freezing cold. There's like a settledness where you go, okay, October's here, so it's about to get dark and cold and snowy. And I think it does have an effect on the consciousness of the nation. That's where crazy. there is depression, there's alcoholism, there's that sort of thing. And I think it is affected by that. Now, I don't know all the research backing that, but it is interesting because when you go into 6 months of darkness, that's freezing cold, that you could really struggle. But I remember going up and seeing the reindeer. It was fascinating seeing them in real life. And then you go to Santa's village in Rovaniemi. Look this up. I mean, I walked through. At first, I was skeptical. I'm with my mom and dad. I'm a pro soccer player. I'm like, whatever, Santa. You walk through the doors, the hallways to get to his room where you're going to hang out with Santa, and you start feeling the magic. And an elf comes out and asks you, "Have you been naughty or nice?" Before he lets you in or she lets you in.
You were like,
I was like, nice. I've been nice. And then you get in, you meet Santa.
Did you sit on Santa's lap and get a picture?
I will put the picture up here. Tell our editor, Mark, let's put the picture up here, right here in my hands. I'm with my mom and dad hanging out with Santa. It was magical.
That's crazy.
It was mystical, magical.
Wow. That was good, Benson.
Thanks. You know what was...
The most impressive part is that I know the artist's name.
That's because we went to a Benson Moon concert. So, you might get canceled from a speaking engagement if people know that. So, what was very jarring, I will say, is in the gift shop, they were selling reindeer meat.
That's wrong.
So, Rudolph,
No.
Okay, but here's the thing. I looked this up about reindeer. Here's some facts that are wild about reindeer. Same species as caribou, North America, not wild. They live in Arctic, subarctic regions. Got it. Both males and females grow antlers. Unusual in deer. Yep. Females keep antlers through the winter. Rudolph and friends would be female. That is a fascinating little fact.
Wait. Rudolph is a female?
Well, because he's got antlers at Christmas. So he has to be female.
I never thought of that.
Well, I didn't
know that fact.
Neither did I. Don't think the lore of Rudolph did. Babe, I'm looking at the fact.
Hey, hold on. Can you name all of Santa's reindeer?
Nope. Blitzen, Rudolph, Vixen, or Dixon, or
Dasher,
Prancer, Dancer,
Prancer, and Comet and Cupid, something. Donner and Blitzen.
Oh, is there not a Dixon? Or I don't know.
That's from the song Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, but I don't know all the words.
Good job. Their noses, listen to this. Their noses heat freezing air before it reaches their lungs. It acts as a heater before it goes into their lungs.
That's why he had a red nose. Because his nose is a heater.
Yes.
Her nose.
Her nose.
Wow, this
Rudolphus
is weird.
nose. Eyes change color. Gold in the summer, blue in the winter. That's
Crazy.
wild. They can run 50 miles an hour. So lethargic reindeer that I'm like honking at.
It is because they were in cold weather. Look up right now if they move slow because they're in the Arctic weather. Because I guarantee you, the ones here in California,
no.
The ones that they
reindeer,
transported here, gotta move fast.
No, reindeer don't necessarily move slowly because it's cold. They're built for it. But extreme cold makes them conserve energy by hunkering down and eating more. Yeah, I think hunkering down.
They're hunkering down, Jeremy, because it's like, if it's negative 30 whatever degrees,
yeah,
I'm going to be moving slow no matter what.
I like your theory. I'm with it.
Thank you.
They migrate 3,000 miles a year, among the longest land migrations. Their hooves adjust with seasons, soft in summer, sharp in winter. They can see UV light, which helps spot predators and food in the snow.
Brilliant.
Reindeer,
God's design
man,
is
that's
amazing.
wild. That is really, really wild. Okay, let's get to the good stuff. Best Christmas movie ever.
See, I'm taking a second. You go.
Oh, Die Hard. Just kidding. Everybody says it every year.
Yeah, but I don't even think I haven't
You
seen
haven't seen Die Hard. It's not really your genre, Ginger, if I'm being honest.
So what is the best Christmas movie? That's a real Christmas movie.
I've got to go with Elf. I know what you're going to say. You say it every year. I got to go with Elf. And I say Elf because It's a Wonderful Life. I know there's some phenomenal movies. Lampoon's National Christmas Vacation is phenomenal. But Elf, I could watch Elf on repeat and keep laughing.
It's amazing.
Here's the test. It's like if you go to a Christmas party and they've got a movie on, are you just like, oh, whatever? Like if it was A Wonderful Life, I'd be like, whatever. If it was Elf, I'd start watching it and start laughing and be like engaged with the movie.
It's a good one.
Yeah.
It's a really good one. Okay, so Elf. And then I would have to say the one that we've been watching a lot. And for some reason, I'm having a moment of not remembering the name. Felicity's wanted to watch it every night.
Christmas with the Cranks.
Christmas with the Cranks.
Yeah.
That's one of my favorites.
Yeah.
It's not going to be my favorite after this Christmas season because of Felicity wanting to watch it.
True.
Almost every night.
Yeah, that's true. It is gonna, but then you kind of, refresh after
She told me the reason that she likes it so much. She said, well, Mom, if we were to watch another Christmas show that's kind of funny, like Charlie Brown is good. She said, but the reason I like this is because she said, every part has me laughing. She said, I'm looking at it and then something funny happens. She said she gets her honey ham and then it goes and it gets smashed. And then she said, then
that's awesome.
He doesn't want a Christmas tree. And then he falls off the house with Frosty. So that's why I like it because every part keeps me laughing.
That's awesome.
She was trying to explain why she wanted to watch it for like the 5th time in a row.
That is so cute.
Sweet.
Here's one of the things that we have to consider, Ginge, is like the Home Alones are going to enter that upper echelon of favorite Christmas movie for us when we are comfortable with our girls watching it.
Yeah.
Not that there's bad content, but we don't want them thinking the house is going to be broken
about that. That's
into.
one of their main fears as kids is like, oh no, would a bad guy come to the house?
Totally.
So Felicity, even when we were turning on that movie, we were turning on Christmas with the Cranks again. She said, yeah, I don't think that we should watch any movies talking about bad guys coming in the house. And we didn't even bring up that. It was just on her mind. So we're like, yeah, we would not do that.
Yeah. So
we
we've got to give it a few years when Evie is not scared. Finn, he'll be fine. He's a tough guy. But Felicity is like obsessed with like, Dad, if bad guys came, what would you do? I'm like, baby, trust
we have
me.
security systems.
We have security
systems. And we're going to keep an eye on everything. Yeah.
We got multiple security systems. So I let her know, like, we're locked and loaded. But I don't think she's ready for the...
Yeah.
Okay, last question. You ready for this? And this is muy picante.
Oh, my goodness. I don't know if I'm ready for this.
I'm just kidding. I've been doing that whole like false setup this whole time of like, this is going to be really controversial.
I keep thinking it's going to be something massive.
Yeah. Should Christians celebrate? No, I'm kidding. Actually, that's
pagan
a good question.
holiday. You actually want to get into that. That's
you know what? I'm going to say this one real quick because I got to say it every year because I get the haters on social media. Xmas is Christmas.
Yes.
It's how Christians for centuries have referred to Christmas because of the chi in the Greek alphabet.
What is the chi? The chi is like
chi
the X?
is the X, which
that
was the
Christ.
early Christians' symbol for Christ. Christos. It's the first letter of Christos.
I feel like you learned that in seminary.
So I've had this passionate conviction for years, love. And so to refer to Xmas is not taking Christ out of Christmas.
I like that.
It's very much keeping Christ in Christmas.
Amazing.
And so I will intentionally use Xmas because it's my one little thing I like to have.
He loves to have just one of those little
I just want that one little... I'm not trying to be...
Well, you like it because when you put it out there, people always attack it. And he's like, here they come. Here they come.
It's so immature of me.
But
I want my little... I want my Xmas.
You can have your Xmas.
Okay, here's the real question. Fake tree or real tree?
If you have allergies, go for the fake tree and make sure that it's not one that's going to just collect dust throughout the year. Put that thing in a bag so it doesn't just sit in a dusty garage. But I mean, I get it. The charm of like a real tree, the smell. Oh, there's something about the smell.
The smell.
But
gotta be honest.
Also the bugs and the allergies. I mean, I don't know. And the mess. We're in a season with so much mess, with so many littles. I swept the floor like 2 or 3 times yesterday because Finn's learning to eat peas. They're all over the ground. I do not need to be cleaning up like a Christmas tree mess. And when we tried to do a real Christmas tree, the thing died. We tried so many things to get that thing to stay alive.
Or if you're not a botanist or your dad, it's like, this is going to be really challenging.
It died like that within days, really. Yeah. So they said, cut it at an angle. We cut it at an angle. They said, put it in this kind of water. Pour in this solution. We did everything except for leave it planted in the ground. So we just decided, let's plant a tree. Let's leave it there. And we'll just keep our fake one.
We cut one down on the show once, remember?
We did. And that's the one that died.
Yeah, it was. So we do have fake trees, but I would one day like to get back to a real one.
I would be okay with having like a real one. Actually, one of our friends yesterday, they had probably a 10-foot tree in their house. And then in their living room, that was like in the entryway. In their living room, they had a real tree. And I was like, oh, that's cool. Yeah. We could do that. We could have a real tree in the sitting room. And then in the entryway, have our 15-foot fake tree.
For sure. I like it, Ginger. Well, guys, this is a sweet season. This is the sweet season.
This is the
season of celebration. This is a sweet season, Christmas. Enjoy it. Enjoy it with your family. Enjoy it with your loved ones. We've got a Christmas episode coming up, which you guys are going to really enjoy. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Oh my goodness. We're going to have some amazing guests.
Yeah, it's going to be a good time talking about Christmas. And then we get into the new year. And guys, we're so thankful for you guys listening, following along all year with the podcast. It's been fun for us. Hope it's been fun for you. Enjoy the season. Enjoy your eggnog. Enjoy your fake Christmas trees.
And your reindeer.
And your reindeer. And we'll see you next week. Merry Christmas, guys.